Good evening, you're watching To The Point. I'm Preeti Choudhry. These are the headlines. Late night NDA seat sharing drama in Bihar. Kushwaha miffed over Mahua seat going to LJP. Says all is not well within the NDA fold. Tejashwi files nomination from Raghopur despite the fact that the Mahagathbandhan is yet to come up with its seat sharing formula. Male friend of Bengal rape survivor has been arrested. Friend identified as Wasif Ali was classmate of victim and accompanied her to a forest area. Statement of survivor recorded in court. Top cop's family relents 9 days after suicide. IPS Puran's family allows post-mortem after court issues notice to IPS officer's wife. Violent protests erupt outside Buxa jail in Assam after all 5 accused in the Zubeen Garg death case were brought to jail. Angry fans set the police vehicle on fire. Cops fire tear gas shells. It's a big India Today impact after Stalin government declares war on Hindi. Sources say DMK government to stall anti-Hindi bill. Stalin government had proposed to ban Hindi in Tamil Nadu. The Supreme Court allows green crackers in Delhi. Green crackers to be sold only by certified companies. Delhi to have crackers offer Diwali this year. All right, viewers, let's get you up to speed with the latest news break that has just come in from state of war Bihar. Well, now in high gear, the politicking. BJP has announced its second list of candidates. Maithili Thakur amongst the 12 names announced will contest elections from Alinagar. Chirag Paswan also announces first list of 14 LJP candidates. I want to quickly cut across to my colleague Piyush, who's joining us for more updates on this from Patna. Piyush, all of this in the backdrop, even if you look at the NDA camp, all not well, says one of their own allies, Upendra Kushwaha.
Well, certainly, Preeti, a lot of bickering is going on in NDA camp. Upendra Kushwaha is the man to whom the top BJP leaders tried to pacify in a late night meeting. And after a meeting with these leaders, he had also flown to Delhi, where he met with Home Minister Amit Shah. And after that meeting, he is now saying that NDA is going to form the government comfortably in the state of Bihar. But despite these claims, so are now coming out, all is not well. Why? Because still the discussions are going on in NDA among the political parties like Upendra Kushwaha, Chirag Paswan, JDU's Nitish Kumar, that which party will contest from which seat. Amidst all these discussions, BJP has also released a list of 12 more candidates. So, so far, out of 101 candidates of BJP, it has now officially declared the names of 83 candidates. 18 more names are to be announced. On the other side, JDU has also announced the names of its 57 candidates. LJP has announced the names of 14 candidates. Jyotiram Manji has announced names of 6 candidates on all seats. But Upendra Kushwaha has not officially announced the name of any candidate. 6 seats have been allotted to Upendra Kushwaha. So, all is not well. That's what he had claimed. But now he's claiming that NDA will comfortably form the government in the state of Bihar. Discussions are still going on. We'll have to wait and watch for how long these deliberations will go on. Why? Because we have very limited time to file nomination on 17th of October. First phase of nomination will come to an end, and after that, the nomination for second phase will begin. Before that, all names have to be decided on these allotted seats.
All right, Piyush, stay on with me. So that's their viewers. All of this happening in the backdrop of two things. Number one, you have the NDA camp, which itself is in a tizzy because Upendra Kushwaha seemingly not happy, especially on certain number of seats that he wanted of his choice, saying all not well, but saying NDA will form the government. But fair amount of politicking going on there. With that, viewers, when you look at, once you have the NDA camp Even though they've come up with their seat-sharing formula, there are still fair amounts of disagreements. They're yet to come up with the entire list on either part of the ally group of the entire list of those who are fighting elections, especially for the first phase, the list of candidates. But on the other hand, you've had the likes of where Mahagathbandhan is concerned. Tejashwi Yadav, who today, amidst much fanfare, along with Lalu and Rabri, filed his nomination from the seat of Raghopur. But in all of this is the fact that the Mahagathbandhan is yet to announce their seat-sharing formula. Once again, to get you up to speed with the fact that 17th of this month is the final date for nomination for the first phase. So really, where is the time?
Less than 48 hours to go for the first phase nomination deadline, and the drama over seat share arithmetic in both ruling and opposition alliances continues. In the direct battle of alliances, while the ruling NDA has clinched their seat share formula, grievances and bickering over seats are still on. Trouble is brewing within the NDA as RLM leader Upendra Kushwaha has expressed displeasure over the Mahua seat being allotted to Chirag Paswan's LJP. He met Union Home Minister Amit Shah in Delhi for 45 minutes. BJP's chief negotiator in Bihar, Union Minister Nityanand Rai, was also present. Before the meeting, Kushwaha indicated that all is not well in NDA. But post-meeting, things seemed to improve.
माननीय गृह मंत्री जी के साथ मुलाकात हुई और इसके ऊपर विमर्श हुआ और विमर्श के उपरांत अब हम उम्मीद करते हैं कोई कठिनाई आगे नहीं होगी। एनडीए की सरकार बिहार में निश्चित रूप से बनेगी। हर तरह से एनडीए में सभी घटक दल के लोग तैयार।
Kushwaha is not the only thorn in the side of the NDA. The JDU has released its first list for 57 candidates, while it has given away party symbols to over 70 candidates. Their first list clearly shows them asserting control over all 4 seats claimed by Chirag Paswan's party. Nitish Kumar has fielded Ratnesh Sada from Sonbarsa, Vidya Sagar Nishad to contest from Morwa, Dhumal Singh from Ekma, and Kaushal Kishore from Rajgir. On Tuesday, BJP unveiled its first list of 71 candidates and it gave tickets to both deputy chief ministers, Samrat Choudhry from Tarapur and Vijay Sinha from Lakhisarai.
हमारा नंबर भी तय और लार्जली कौन किस सीट पे लड़ेगा मुझे लगता है 99.9% वो भी सेटल है और पूरा एनडीए यूनाइटेड होकर नीतीश कुमार जी के नेतृत्व में चुनाव लड़ने जा रहा है।
On the other hand, Mahagathbandhan is yet to formally disclose its seat share formula. Suspense and tussle over seat share between Congress and RJD is yet to be ironed out. Sources reveal that the grand old party wants more than 60 seats, while RJD doesn't want to relinquish more than 58. The formula proposed by Congress, as per sources, goes somewhat like this: 135 seats for RJD, 61 for Congress. The rest 40 seats are to go to left parties and they are expected to accommodate VIP in this quota. CPIML released its list of 18 candidates on Tuesday and promptly withdrew as the Grand Alliance formula is yet to be revealed. The hitch reportedly is over final negotiations on the seats of Jale, Bahadurganj, Kargehar, Baniapur, Saharsa, Bayasi and Motihari.
महागठबंधन में ऑल इज वेल है। यहाँ कहीं कोई किंतु परंतु सिर्फ उटव्वल नहीं है। महागठबंधन इंटैक्ट है और मजबूती से चुनाव लड़ रहा है। जनता ने मन बना लिया है, तेजस्वी सरकार लाना है।
देखिए, पार्टी का उम्मीदवार तब फाइनल होता है जबकि आलाकमान का उस पर विधिवत दस्तखत हो जाता है। हम लोग ने डिस्कस किया है।
चर्चा कितनी सीटों पर?
हमको लगता है लगभग 60 सीट पर किए होंगे, दूसरों से 5 तो 10 7 तो पेंडिंगों होगा।
On Wednesday, Tejashwi Yadav filed his nomination from Raghopur in the presence of both his parents. RJD hopes that Congress comes on board in going ahead with Tejashwi as the CM face in the final campaign as other allies have. But the delay in clarity of the Grand Alliance strategy mounts pressure as clock ticks closer to deadline. Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, let's cut across right now to our panelists this evening. Joining me, Amitabh Tiwari, founder, Vote Vibe, Pankaj Jha, political editor, Lallan Top, Manisha Priyam, political analyst. Manisha Priyam, lots going on where seat sharing is concerned, especially within the Mahagathbandhan camp, because whatever is going on, consensus hasn't been reached, even though today you had a Tejaswi who went and filed nomination despite that.
Yes, I had anticipated this, that there would be more unease within the Mahagathbandhan camp for many reasons. The CPIML definitely believes it should get more and it can win more. And remember, it's an under-discussed party, but has a very high performance level.
There's a problem with your network, Manisha Prem. You're going to try and get to that. I want to quickly cut across to Amitabh Tiwari, who's with us. Amitabh Tiwari, the way things are stacking up right now, how do you read them? The first, at least where the first phase was concerned, you know, the Mahagathbandhan yet to come up with consensus. You have only a day to file nominations. 17th, only till 3 p.m. nominations can be filed.
Yeah, so there are essentially three stages in any ticket finalization. One is the overall seat arrangement. Then there is the which party is contesting which seat and the announcement of candidates. And the third is the rebel management. Now, if you add up the total number of seats announced by the NDA, it is on 160 seats. They've already announced candidates, which is around 2/3 of the total assembly strength. However, on the Mahagathbandhan side, we've not seen any overall finalization, neither any seat finalization or announcement of candidates. We have only 2 days now left. It reminds me of the situation in Maharashtra, where despite MVA having the edge in the Lok Sabha, it lost out because of this poor coordination and management amongst the allies. While the RJD, Congress are planning rallies, Voter Adhikar Yatra, Bihar Adhikar Yatra, etc., and there was from day one knowledge that VIP is going to be part of this alliance. So the alliance parties were sort of fixed, except for smaller parties like JMM and IP Gupta and LJP faction of Pasupati Nath Paras. They should have done this homework well before. Now it gives the optically it is not good because it shows that if there is fight amongst the parties right before the elections, how would they be able to manage the state if at all they come to power? So all this I think is not playing positively for the Mahagathbandhan. We'll have to wait and see how this pans out in the next 2 days, whether we see friendly fights or we see sense prevailing and RJD and Congress primarily agreeing to some sort of arrangement.
Manisha Prem, it's interesting in all of this because, 2 days ago, it's all source-based information that there was a basic consensus where the Congress got 61, 135 for the RJD, the VIP 16, and about 29 to 31 for the left parties, and maybe the Congress would give 2 from their share to the JMM. Something clearly went awry because right after that you had Lalu who started distributing symbols only for Tejaswi to come back and ask for the symbols to be taken back. And there is a seemingly understanding where the RJD camp is concerned that if, Mukesh Sahani is going to dig in his heels, then they'd rather do an exchange offer with the NDA because Kushwaha is not happy there with 6. Bring him in here, give him 16 and let them take VIP and he'll only end up with 6 there. So all of this in the realms of speculation.
Yeah, I mean, these are two different sets of problems. Remember, the main issue is between the Congress and the RJD. The Congress wanting more seats did not perform very well in the last assembly elections, as you are very well aware. But the Congress believes it's improved its opportunities. Also, the fact that within the Congress now, there's Kanhaiya in the leadership. They have a healthy critique of the arm twisting techniques of the RJD also. So the Congress will not come out and say what the differences are, but on both sides, on the RJD side, a lack of winnable Congress. On the Congress side, those remain to be issues. So those are issues. Again, there's a frame issue, I think.
No, there's a problem with your connection, ma'am. Amitabh Tiwari, would you want to take the question, and then we're going to quickly move on in the bulletin. Amitabh Tiwari.
No, essentially, if you see it, it also marks the entry of national parties in the Bihar elections. I've said this earlier also. With JDU weakening, the BJP now becoming the equal sort of brother or the Junwa brother, and with RJD also weakening, Tejashwi not having the same charisma as Lalu, there is feud in the family, and Prashant Kishore constantly targeting the educational status of Tejashwi. RJD has also sort of weakened compared to last elections. Even if you see the popularity ratings of Tejashwi Yadav has gone down from 37 to around 35% as per C voter now. So the national parties see an opportunity for themselves, that the regional parties are weakening and it is better, or it is an opportune time to call the shots. And Congress is also perhaps bargaining for seats, because see, the Congress party has lost ground largely to regional parties in the north, and going by the Lok Sabha elections, it feels that and after the voter adhikar yatra, it feels that it has a chance, or it has grown stronger. And with Rahul Gandhi closing the gap with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, it also sees that the local elections in Bihar this time is Nitish plus Modi versus Rahul plus Tejaswi. So it should get its appropriate due. And the tensions largely are between RJD and Congress at the moment in Mahagathbandhan, and they need to sort it out.
All right, Amitabh Tiwari, appreciate you joining us. Because that's the latest coming in, where the politicking, especially where seat sharing in Bihar is concerned. Well, there's not much time, because if by 17:03 p.m. nominations are not filed for the first phase, that's the final day. And usually one would give at least a day earlier, because if there is any problem with your paperwork, that would practically mean that seat will go uncontested on that party. So most people actually file in nominations much before that. With that, let's quickly move on to the other big news that we are tracking. A second suicide of police officer in Haryana within days has intensified public and political uproar. After IPS officer Puran was found dead last week, ASI Sandeep Kumar, a cop, was found dead on Tuesday in Rohtak with a gunshot wound. A note found at the scene accused Puran Kumar of corruption and urged a probe into his family's assets. Rohtak police confirmed Sandeep's death and said an investigation was going on. Posted in the cyber cell, ASI Sandeep Kumar had allegedly arrested a gunman close to Puran Kumar in a bribery case. His family from Jeend claim they learnt of his death via television and alleged he was under pressure and mental torture. Relatives said he had returned home just 2 days earlier and spoke of harassment. Haryana Chief Minister Nayab Singh Saini visited ASI Sandeep's house today to pay tribute. Meanwhile, after a Chandigarh court directed IAS officer Amneet P. Kumar and wife of Puran Kumar to respond on the post-mortem identification of his body, his wife agreed to the post-mortem. Amidst this, political tensions flare up, where Rahul Gandhi blamed the Haryana government, initially citing caste oppression in Puran Kumar's case, which Puran Kumar's suicide note had done so in any case.
इसने अपने परिवार को सबको बचाने के लिए सुसाइड की है। ये बात नहीं है कि भाई इसके साथ अरे बड़ी बड़ी जांच चल रही है, आदमी की लुगाई भी जेड़ा मंगी तो लुगाई तो ही बुरा था भाई है। इसकी घरवाली को भी डर है कहीं इसकी भी भ्रष्टाचार का भंडा ना फूट जाए। आयोग में बैठ कर ने इनके घरवाले ने, इसके फादर ने, सब ने भ्रष्टाचार किया। इनकी भी जांच होनी चाहिए संपत्ति की भाई। इनको लाइसेंस नहीं मिल रहा, ये भ्रष्टाचार करेंगे। और एक जाति के नाम पर नहीं, सच्चाई सामने आनी चाहिए। इसने भ्रष्टाचार कराया था, परेशान कराया है सबको, इसने रिश्वत ली है, भ्रष्टाचारी आदमी था। यो पब्लिक को जगाने के लिए, देश को जगाने के लिए ये ज़रूरी हो गया है। इस सच्चाई की लड़ाई में पहली आवती में अरे इतना ईमानदार आदमी रहे जो डीजीपी रहे।
ये जो बड़े अफसर हैं तकरीबन भ्रष्टाचारी तो सारे होंगे जी, बिल्कुल ईमानदार था जी। उसका यहाँ भी बैंक का भी कर्जा, उसकी ज़मीन पे भी, हकीकत बात तो यह है। उसका बाप की पेंशन मिली थी उसने, उसकी ज़मीन भी है 9-10 किले, मतलब यह तो कोई कह नहीं सकता जी वो भ्रष्टाचारी होगा, कोई भी नहीं कह सकता जी। आत्महत्या क्या जी, तो मरवा गया इसने, इस पर दबाव इतना डाला इन लोगों ने। आत्महत्या नहीं जी, को मरवाया गया इन लोगों ने, इतना दबाव डाला है। जब इन्होंने उसका शव रख दिया तो हम इसका यहाँ रखेंगे जी। जो इसके समर्थक वहाँ गए हैं, इनके समर्थक का सारा केस दर्ज होना चाहिए जी। इसका घरवाली को अंदर करेंगे जब हम इसमें दाह संस्कार कराएंगे जी।
जो भाई ये शहीद होया है, ये करप्शन के खिलाफ शहीद होया है। इसकी नीचे से जांच शुरू हो गए, ऊपर तक जाए। इसमें दोषी कोई भी हो, चाहे पूर्ण सिंह हो, चाहे एम पी जानिया साहब हो, चाहे कोई भी हो, दूध का दूध पानी पानी मर जाना चाहिए और इस भाई को शहीद का दर्जा मिलना चाहिए। आज मुख्यमंत्री साहब ने आज आश्वासन दिया है परिवार को, और जो हम परिवार के साथ, परिवार जो कहेगा हम उनके साथ हैं। हमारी लोगों से एक अपील है, अपना 36 बिरादरी का भाईचारा ना बिगाड़े, ये भाईचारा बनाए रखें।
वाई पूरन कुमार उत्पीड़क थे, संदीप लाठर का भ्रष्ट थे, उत्पीड़क थे। तो उनके सुसाइड करने के बाद तो इन्हें तो नाचना गाना चाहिए। ये क्यों, इनका क्या लेना देना है, आत्महत्या कर लिया। इसीलिए बहुत बड़ी साजिश है। कल एक खुलासा हुआ कि 1,60,00,000 रुपया का केवल रेंट की आमदनी है शत्रुजीत कपूर डीजी पुलिस की। तो दोनों का भ्रष्टाचार की जांच होना चाहिए। नरेंद्र बिजरानिया।
Caste, corruption and politics. It's a murky play of all three where the state of Haryana is concerned. When the first suicide happened of the IPS officer, where he died by suicide, there was a full interplay of caste on it, especially because his suicide note also stated that he was being harassed because of his caste. He happens to be a Dalit in the state of Haryana, which in fact later, viewers, was picked up by political parties like the Congress. You had Rahul Gandhi who went to visit him. You had Chirag Paswan who went to visit his wife at his residence. The wife till now had held on to a post-mortem, or even to give the laptop in which the IPS officer had drafted the suicide note. However, now, a short while ago, the wife gave permission for a post-mortem and his final rites were conducted. Now, in the midst of all of this, viewers, you had an ASI who himself died by suicide, stating that there were corruption charges where the IPS officer was concerned. Joining me right now is my colleague Kamaljeet Sandhu. Kamal, can you explain what's going on right now, which has of course led to its own slew of politics?
Well, this has really exposed Haryana police, because there are skeletons in the closet, quite literally, and things are really coming out in the fore. What is also important and significant is the second FIR, which has been done just about some time ago, and what we've been told is the FIR has been named against 4 people, and our sources indicate to us this actually does include Amneet Kaur, the wife of Y. Puran Kumar. Now, this is going to be very significant, because remember, so far, Y. Puran Kumar's family has been claiming to be a victim, allegations of caste discrimination against IPS, IS officers, including the then DGP Shatrujit Kapoor. But here it seems the tables have turned with this fresh case coming in. There was an outpouring of grief. The family of ASI Sandeep Lathar has been claiming that he's been made victim, he was being pressurized. The fact that he was very close to SP Rohtak Narendra Bijarnia, all this points to murky details really coming out of Haryana police, and shocking incident about how this is all about power tussle. It seems about politics, about corruption, all this now transcribing, especially in Haryana police. Now, how it precipitates is now that there are 2 FIRs, one being investigated by the Chandigarh SIT. And remember, today, after 9 days, of permission for post-mortem and subsequent cremation took place. So now thereafter, we do expect that Chandigarh police will pick up pace. But this is also a question of whether Sandeep Lathar was one of those who was wanted by Chandigarh police in terms of detailing of investigation as far as allegations on the gunman is concerned, because remember, he's the key person. On 6th, Sushil Kumar, the gunman of Y. Puran Kumar, was arrested, and subsequently on the 7th he committed suicide. That is Y. Puran Kumar committing suicide. And then thereafter what we see is Pandora's box really opening up. Definitely there was a one-sided narrative, but with the ASI now committing suicide, and he's from a Jat family, this is where it does seem that the caste politics as well as corruption and polarization in that particular sense, because remember the politicians and the slew of them coming towards why Puran Kumar. Today there were several, including the Chief Minister Upendra Kushwaha, also somebody who's been from Rohtak, as well as the other dignitaries really making a beeline towards the residents. So this is where things are not all well in Haryana police, and if sources do indicate to us that Amneet Kaur, her brother, who is also the Aam Aadmi Party MLA, have been named, this is going to be an all-out fight, and it does look that Haryana police as well as the IS officers seem to be divided on this particular line, because remember Amneet Kaur herself is a Haryana cadre IS officer. Her husband was an IPS officer. A whole lot of Dalit officers saying there is discrimination which does go on. The others saying that the other parties are being victimized, and this was simply a case of corruption. So becoming extremely complicated at this point of time, and obviously it does seem that many say it's not about Chandigarh police or Haryana police. Central investigating agencies really needs to investigate this and come to the fore and come to the bottom of this entire investigation.
All right, Kamal, appreciate you joining us. We're going to keep a keen eye on all developments there. My colleague Indrajit Kundu joining us live for more. Indro, this case, as much as it's been politicized, there is also a fair amount of, on what really happened, intrigue attached to this case, because there are two statements that have come in from the survivor, and on the basis of that now, the police establishing that this wasn't a gang rape, but a rape. And the prime accused is the friend of the survivor.
Well, that's right. In fact, the arrest of the friend with whom the victim went out of the campus on that fateful night, that has come in as a huge twist, because there was a lot of focus on that person. He was being questioned by the police who were investigating this case. However, there was always this question as to whether he would be arrested or not. Finally, that arrest has happened yesterday, so the arrest now goes up to 6. But as far as, the intrigue as to what exactly transpired on that fateful night, that remains unsolved as of now. 6 people have been arrested, and the police at least have been able to clarify on one aspect, that this is not a case of gang rape, that there was one perpetrator of the sexual assault, though they have not come clean as to who do they indicate so far. Of the 6 of those who have been arrested, the police haven't specified who actually was involved in that act. However, there was, some change as far as the statement of the victim is concerned, because the victim initially gave one written complaint to the hospital authorities where she claimed that she had been assaulted by one person, and then she gave another statement to the police which began the probe, saying that she had been gang raped. But now, after the technical evidence and the prima facie evidence that the police has been able to gather, they have confirmed to us that this is not a case of gang rape, but the assault was conducted by one single person. The police is now conducting forensic tests to ascertain who among these 6 people that they have arrested is the main culprit.
The spotlight now in terms of the prime accused, the friend of the survivor, who she actually went out with at about 8:30 p.m. that night?
Well, absolutely. Much would depend on the victim's statement before the magistrate, at this point in time, which has been recorded today, we are being told by the police. Of course, when the parents of the victim came to West Bengal, they had first raised a stink about the role of her friend, and therefore he became the prime accused. The question, of course, was why did the police not arrest him earlier and waited for about 72 hours? But the police, of course, on their part say that they have been questioning him continuously, trying to corroborate. In fact,
His clothes have also been confiscated for forensic testing. So clearly, the focus will be on the friend who is also a student at the same very college with whom the victim had ventured out of the campus on that fateful night. Preeti.
Thank you, Indra, for joining us and giving us all the details. We're going to keenly follow the story, coming in with lots of twists and turns where West Bengal Durgapur is concerned. Meanwhile, news break coming in. 2 TVK Netas have gotten bail in the Karur stampede case. If you remember, both TVK Netas were named accused by the Tamil Nadu cops and arrested. Total 41 people died on September 27th during Vijay's rally. The Tamil Nadu cops blamed TVK for the Karur stampede and arrested 2 particular leaders on whom they said were the prime accused where this incident had taken place, and the reason why was because they did not make proper arrangements for the rally. After the arrest, you had Vijay, who came out with a video suggesting to not attack the cadre or leaders and come for him, and now the latest coming in is that both of them have gotten bail. Pramod Madhav on the phone line with us. Pramod, what more can you add?
Certainly, Preeti. These were the 2 important leaders from the Tamil Nadu Karagam. One is Madhyaragan, who is a Karur district secretary, and another Confound Raj, who is also a district secretary. They were arrested, of which Madhyaragan was one among the 3 people. He was named along with Busi Anand and Nirmal Kumar in the FIR for the death of 41 people, and now both have been granted bail, and this too, as the case has been transferred to CBI. Also, the court has ordered them to appear for CBI inquiry anytime, when they are being called for. And it was a big development when it comes to TVK, because many petitions were filed in the Supreme Court seeking a CBI inquiry, and the Supreme Court went ahead and ordered a court-monitored CBI probe over it, while Tamil Nadu government earlier had ordered a one-man commission and a special investigation team. So amidst this, 2 people who were arrested from TVK, both district secretaries, have now been issued bail and been told to appear for CBI inquiry.
All right, Pramod, thank you for joining us with that quick update. Meanwhile, let's shift focus to the state of Andhra Pradesh, and once again where the real Dakshin king of investment comes into question. There's Chandrababu Naidu, who's raising his hand up. As Andhra scores, a Google AI hub in Karnataka fires back. Tamil Nadu's Foxconn row adds fuel to the fire. The battle for southern supremacy is heating up and is wide open.
Amid Andhra Pradesh getting a historic Google tie-up for an AI hub, the focus is now on neighbouring south states too. The investment announcement has sparked another front in the Karnataka versus Andhra fight, as Minister Nara Lokesh took another swipe at Bengaluru and Vizag, winning the big-ticket investment. The comment did not go down well with the Karnataka government, with DK Shivakumar hitting back.
I don't want to react to Nara Lokesh or anyone. You can't match Karnataka, Bangalore. Let they do whatever they want, let they market, let they do whatever, let central government also help. But there is no match to Bangalore in this entire country.
The investment has also sparked a fierce competition between both states, with Karnataka ministers now taunting Andhra too.
Today, what they will not tell you, sir, is that the push that they are giving to get investments. See, today Google AI is gone to Vizag is the headline. What they will not tell you is that they are giving 22,000 crores incentives. What they will not tell you is the land is being given at 25% discount. Water tariff is at 25% discount.
Not surprisingly, considering Minister Nara Lokesh too has repeatedly set his eyes on beating Bengaluru as the IT hub of the south.
Mr. Naidu made it very clear. HAL is going to be in Karnataka, no second thoughts about it. We have not asked them to relocate. But if the local government is unable to give, any government is unable to take care of their investors, and when there is a state willing to, give a handout and say, come, let's build the ecosystem together, what is wrong? We are the traffic-free side of Bangalore airport. So that's where Kia ecosystem exists. Kia also we fought with various other states and got it to Andhra Pradesh. I believe it's important that states learn to compete rather than crib about it.
Meanwhile, what about Tamil Nadu? Well, in the investment fight, there is a political row in the state over a proposed Foxconn investment. The question, is it a con investment or real? After Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Stalin claimed Foxconn invested rupees 15,000 crore in the state, Foxconn reportedly denied this fresh investment, prompting a big attack from the opposition.
Foxconn has refused the claim by the Tamil Nadu government. It's such a shame. MK Stalin and his minister should hang their head in shame for lying to the people of Tamil Nadu.
The clarification given by Foxconn yesterday clearly exposes the fact that there is a lot of discrepancy in terms of the fresh investments which are coming into Tamil Nadu.
But the DMK was quick to hit back at the opposition.
They don't want to accept anything good to Tamil Nadu. That is BJP. Along with them is their stooge, PMK, and Bumani. They say they don't want any good thing to happen to Tamil Nadu. Foxconn has already is holding discussion with the government, state government, which means they are going to invest.
So, which of the southern states is thriving? Which is attracting the most investments? The fight for the title is on. Bureau Report, India Today.
Meanwhile, this could be seen as an India Today impact after Stalin government declared war on Hindi. Sources say DMK government to stall the anti-Hindi bill. Stalin had proposed to ban Hindi in Tamil Nadu. Here's a report why.
The language war has resurfaced in Tamil Nadu. Sources say the MK Stalin government has drafted a bill in the assembly which is aimed at banning the imposition of Hindi in the state. After India Today's scoop sparked a massive political outrage, it seems that the Tamil Nadu government has now backpedaled on its intention, with sources indicating that the bill has now been put on hold. But the larger fault lines over language remain in the state. Sources say the MK Stalin government is set to table a bill in the assembly which is aimed at banning the imposition of Hindi in the state. Sources say an emergency meeting with legal experts was held on Tuesday night to discuss the proposed legislation. They add that the bill seeks to prohibit Hindi hoardings, movies and songs across Tamil Nadu. However, officials emphasize that it will comply with the constitution.
We go by the constitution. We are not BJP. We will not do anything against the constitution like what BJP is doing. We will go by the constitution. We cannot stop any Indian from talking in their mother tongue. We respect mother tongue. That is why we wanted Tamil to be protected, preserved. That's all.
Now, the BJP has called the move stupid and absurd, arguing that language should not be used as a political tool. The party said that the legislation is a bit to divert attention from the controversial Foxconn investment issue. A day after Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Stalin claimed investment by Foxconn in state and reports of Foxconn denying them, DMK ministers issued a clarification. However, the opposition BJP and the PMK have attacked the DMK.
Whenever the DMK has a lot of setbacks, when they are facing a major setback, they have the habit of using language as a tool to divert the attention. It is the same DMK which in several areas like the Harbour constituency in central Chennai use Hindi posters and pamphlets during elections to woo the voters from North India. So I think it's very absurd, it's very stupid. All languages should be respected.
In March this year, the Stalin government had replaced the national rupee symbol with the Tamil letter RU in the 2025-2026 state budget logo. The replacement had sparked criticism from BJP leaders and Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, though the DMK defended it as an effort to promote the Tamil language rather than reject the national symbol. With Pramod Madhav in Chennai, Bureau Report, India Today.
Meanwhile, we are on the eve of Diwali, where the national capital is concerned. The Supreme Court has allowed green crackers in Delhi for a limited time. Under strict rules from time slots to QR codes, it's celebration with responsibility.
This Diwali, Delhi will see fireworks without breaking any ban. The Supreme Court has given a green signal, quite literally, by allowing green crackers in the capital for a limited window. From October 18th to 20th, sales will be allowed. Fireworks can only happen on October 19th and 20th, and that too from 6 to 7 a.m. and 8 to 10 p.m. The court has made it clear, no crackers from outside. Only QR-coded green crackers approved by the National Environmental Engineering Research Institute, or NEERI. Police and patrol teams will be out ensuring these rules aren't just on paper but on the ground.
Crackers is also only permitted on 19th and 20th, that is Choti Diwali and Diwali, between the hours of 6 to 7 a.m. and then between 8 to 10 p.m. That means just for 3 hours on Choti Diwali and Diwali, green crackers can be burst in Delhi. In fact, the Supreme Court noting that the complete ban on firecrackers has been blatantly violated by the citizens of Delhi NCR over the last few years.
Delhi Chief Minister Rekha Gupta welcomed the move, saying it strikes a rare balance between festive emotion and environmental responsibility. The Delhi government might even consider cloud seeding to help improve post-Diwali air quality.
मैं सभी दिल्ली वासियों को बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं इस बात के लिए कि आपने दिल्ली में अच्छी सरकार चुनी और ये हमारी सरकार के प्रयास सफल हुए। हमारी मुख्यमंत्री जी ने कहा था कि इस बार दिल्ली को बिना पटाखों के दिवाली नहीं मनाने देंगे। सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने भी हमारे प्रयासों को सराहा है और दिल्ली में जो सरकार द्वारा प्रदूषण को ख़त्म करने के लिए कदम उठाए हैं, बहुत ही अच्छा फैसला दिल्ली के लोगों के लिए आया है।
जी, मैं धन्यवाद करता हूं मानयोग सुप्रीम कोर्ट का, जो उन्होंने 8 साल बाद इस फैसले को बदला है। दिल्ली के अंदर अब शाम 6 बजे से लेकर रात के 10 बजे तक आप पटाखे चला पाएंगे और इन पटाखों को ग्रीन पटाखे होंगे, इसकी चिंता हम करेंगे। हम अभी तुरंत बैठक बुला रहे हैं, बैठक बुलाकर ये सुनिश्चित करेंगे जो माननीय सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने कहा है उस फैसले को लागू करें।
The mood today stands in contrast to 2020, when the NGT banned all crackers amid choking air. The Supreme Court extended that ban last year, calling short-term measures ineffective and demanded scientific backing for any exemptions. But what are green crackers? Green crackers are cleaner, smarter fireworks made with less barium and aluminium and designed to cut smoke and dust. The National Environmental Engineering Research Institute says they could cut pollution by up to 35%. They are less harmful but not harmless. The Supreme Court has asked the Central Pollution Control Board and the State Pollution Control Board to monitor air quality index in the National Capital Region from October 14th to 25th and file a report to the court. With Anisha Mathur in New Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
Big news break coming in. The Executive Board of the Commonwealth Sports has today confirmed that it will recommend Ahmedabad, India, as the proposed host city for the 2030 Centenary Commonwealth Games. All right, so that is India's bid to hold the Commonwealth Games in the city of Ahmedabad, Gujarat, and the Executive Board of Commonwealth Sports has recommended that Ahmedabad be the venue of the next Commonwealth Games. The Home Minister, Amit Shah, tweeted a short while ago saying that the Commonwealth Board has recommended Ahmedabad as the venue for the next Commonwealth Games. Well, that's big news coming in. If it is, if it actually transpires, then the games will come to Ahmedabad, viewers, where the next Commonwealth Games are concerned. The Home Minister, a short while ago, has tweeted out congratulating Ahmedabad that it's a huge possibility the dream of holding Commonwealth Games in Ahmedabad actually takes place. This would be the second Commonwealth Games that India would hold. The last Commonwealth Games were held in 2010, if you remember, in the national capital, Delhi.